Hey, freaks. Alright, so this is the end of day 6, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know. No, this will be the end of day 7. I don't know. I'm all messed up on my days. It's the end of day 7, I do believe. And let me turn it down. I got Impractical Jokers on. So I'm not home yet. I'm actually in Pratt. And I'm in the Pratt Inns and Suites or something hotel. Very nice hotel. It's clean, it's basic, it's simple, but it's nice. It's well run, and it's very inexpensive. Call up and ask for the Expedia rate. $73 a night. It's like $100 or less than that. It's like 85 with taxes. So very nice. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, and it's really nice after a week in the mountains or almost a week in the mountains to get cleaned up, become human again. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, I kind of this morning when I left Hamilton State Fishing Lake, or as I was waking up, I kind of gave you guys the rundown of the week, kind of what I was thinking and what I had discovered, and kind of the answers that I got, I suppose. But I wanted to tell you what happened since then. So it was actually pretty neat. So when I was out at Hamilton, I made breakfast, and I was basically just using everything out of the cooler that was left. And so I made breakfast. I ate. I don't usually eat breakfast, but that's okay. And then I packed everything up. And as I was once I'd gotten done packing everything up, I really started thinking hard about Mel, and I kind of lost my stuff. And I kind of walked around up there out in the prairie, nobody for miles and miles. And I yelled. And I hollered at the Lord, and I asked him, why and how could he, and all of the things that you would think someone would yell if they had just lost someone that close to them. And I wasn't proud of it, but I did it. And it was kind of a release. So when I got done and I was done crying, I got myself back under control. I started to leave. And as I left Hamilton State Fishing Lake, I realized right at the front entrance, which I'd missed that night because it was pitch black. I didn't come rolling in until like 10 or something. And but right at the front entrance, there was a little white cross, like a memorial cross, like when someone dies in a car accident or something. And I didn't know what the story was. There was nothing on it. There was no markings. And I just felt compelled to pray. And I sat and I prayed for that person. And didn't know who they were. Didn't know anything about them. And I just prayed for them. And I prayed that they were doing well and that their family, that they were with God, they were with the Father, and that their family was, able to find some kind of comfort. And so then I drove to Syracuse, Kansas, which is just 5 miles away probably. And I stopped and got some gas at this little bitty teeny weeny little gas station, which actually had real drip coffee in the bun coffee maker. I was so happy. And so I got coffee, and I asked the little guy behind the counter, I said, so how long, I stayed at Hamilton last night. I said, how long has it been dried up? And she said, oh, a long time now. And it was all dried up. It was basically the size of a farm pond. And I said, oh, a long time now. And she said, did you happen to see a little white cross at the front entrance? I said, yes, I did. I had no idea it was for, but I told her, I said, I prayed for whoever it was. I just kind of felt compelled to pray for him. She said, well, thank you. That was my sister. Wow. Okay. God really does work in some strange ways sometimes. And I really do think that after I just got done losing my stuff and yelling at the Lord, yelling at the Father, and then he turns around and does that. And I think that was definitely God's way of saying, look, Rich, it's going to be okay. You're going to be all right, And you just got to keep doing the right thing. And I think that's exactly what that was all about. I think that was his way of just comforting me a little bit, saying, look, you need to calm down a little bit. It's going to be okay. Mel's with me, and you're going to be with me soon. Well, at some point. So I thought that was pretty cool. Remember I told you guys, sometimes God whispers in your ears, sometimes he thumps you upside the head. Well, if somebody's dense as me, I need to be thumped upside the head, and that's exactly what he did this morning. He smacked me upside the head and said, "You are gonna pay attention to me." So that was really cool. That was a pretty unforgettable moment. In fact, I was so shook up from it, I drove off from the gas station without pumping the gas that I had prepaid, and I left my gas cap on top of the gas pump. So when I got to Garden City, Kansas, I had to go to AutoZone and buy a new gas cap because I was way down the road when I realized that happened. So, whatever. Such a ding dong. Yeah, stuff happens. But anyway, so I am in this nice, I got the AC cranked down to 65. It's gorgeous in here. I'm watching Impractical Jokers. This is one of my favorite shows. I got that big, comfy bed over there I'm getting ready to jump into here before too long. I think I'm going to take my brother-in-law out and get him some dinner. And here in a little bit, right now he's up with his dad. His dad just had surgery. He isn't doing too good. And, but yeah, great week, weird week, highly emotional. It's definitely something I think needed to be done. In fact, my youngest son just called me just a little while ago. "Hey, Colin." And he said, "Dad, you sound refreshed." Wow. I said, "You know what, buddy? I kind of am. I don't know if refreshed is quite the right word, but focused. I definitely feel far more focused right now. And not directionless, not rudderless, not just every thought in the book going through my head. And that's where I was. That's where I've been for 3.5 months since she went home. And I'm not like that anymore. I still get angry. I still grieve. And I told him I will forever. I will probably cry every day for years and years and years. And you don't forget someone as special as that girl. You just don't. She was the best. And I wish you could have met her. A lot of you did. Some of you haven't. But, yeah. So I don't know if refreshed is the right word, Colin, but focused is a better word. But, for the big thing. So, we did Phantom Canyon Road, or I did Phantom Canyon Road yesterday. Beautiful road. There's a whole video on it. I already talked about that, I think. And it's so rough, though. I ended up breaking some welds on my brush guard on Sean, on the Jeep. And I thought, oh boy. And every time a semi would pass, it would actually move with the wind. I thought, oh, that's not good. If that thing would break and drop one side, it would get caught under the car or something, break the other side, and then I would like launch up like Dukes of Hazzard, So I called up a welding shop here in Pratt, Kansas, and big shout out to Stryker Mobile Welding, I think that's right, Stryker Mobile Welding. Huge shout out to those guys. Mr. Ray, the owner, and his son Doug Ray, so helpful. I can't remember the name of the guy who actually did the work. I'm not sure I ever even got it. But they not only fixed it, they made it better. They improved the mounts. And for a very reasonable price. At last minute, they just took me in immediately, and they did it in no time. And I stood around and I talked to Mr. Ray, the owner, for the whole time. And a very fine man. And it was a really, really good experience. So if you live anywhere near Pratt and you need welding done, you go to Stryker. That's the place to go. And but I got Sean fixed. Now I don't have to worry about dropping my brush guard on the highway. So, that would have been bad. I was sweating it. I was like, oh boy, this thing's gonna break off. Anyway, so that's it. That's pretty much the end of my Broken series. Tomorrow is just one last leg home. I went through Pratt to pick up my brother-in-law and take him home back to the KC area. And that's pretty much it. So this will probably be the very last video segment. And I just wanted to reiterate to you guys, like I always do, that I love you guys so much. My baby girl's right here. I love you, baby girl. I miss you. And I just want to tell you guys, once again, You love on them hard, and you do it today, and you do it right now, and you do it incessantly. You do it as much as you possibly can. There's no guarantees. You could run out of tomorrows. That's what happened to me. I ran out of tomorrows. But luckily, I knew well in advance, so I had a lot of tomorrows to run out of. Some of you aren't going to be that lucky. So, just love on them hard. Tell them every single day. Okay? You got no time for anything else. You got time for love. That is all you've got time for. There's nothing else. No earthly thing that you have time for. Love, that's it. All right. Love you to pieces, guys. Hope you enjoyed the Broken series. I don't know that I'm unbroken. I'll always be a little broken. But I'm better. Peace, guys.